Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of wild topics to cover, from one on a story we briefly covered in the last video that hit the mainstream, the same story that claims Eminem among other celebrities like Beyonce and Oprah got paid millions of dollars to appear at Kamala's rallies and endorse the candidate. And today we have more on this, as Oprah looks to be one of the first celebrities mentioned to address these claims. And we reached out to someone in Eminem's team about this, and we'll expand on this in a moment. And today we also have a report that shows Eminem's been nominated for another Hall of Fame. Today we also have more on Diddy's predicament, as a new accuser sued the mogul and even spoke out about what went down between Diddy and him decades ago. And on Diddy, Piers Morgan, Jason Lee and Vlad all discussed 50 Cent's part in calling out the mogul for decades, and we'll get to this later. Today we also have actor and comedian Karlous Miller, who shared his thoughts on Drake versus Kendrick. And he believes Drake is pretty much low-hanging fruit because Drake is too easy to hate on. More on this in a moment. And before we get started, if you enjoy this content, support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe for more. And starting with Eminem's latest nomination, check it out. Eminem, Alanis Morissette, Sheryl Crow, NWA, and Janet Jackson get Songwriters Hall of Fame nods. And according to AP's report, eligible voting members have until December 22nd to turn in ballots with their choice of 3 nominees from the songwriter category and 3 from the performer-songwriter category. And as it stands, rappers/hip-hop artists that have been inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame include Jay-Z, Jermaine Dupri, Missy Elliott, the Neptunes, and Snoop Dogg. And moving on, actor and comedian Karlous Miller perhaps unintendedly poked the hornet's nest when he spoke on Drake versus Kendrick, where he revealed Drake is someone that is just too easy to hate on. Check out a snippet from Club Shay Shay.
I don't think they ever liked Drake.
They never liked
Drake. But the man done put so many people on. How many people don't think about it? He too easy to hate on. Everything going right. Nigga tall, light skin, got curly hair. All the women love him. All his music good. Got a whole bunch of money. Ain't even from America. He too easy to hate. Then you got Kendrick Lamar. He grew up like us. He put his mama Van on his album cover. He struggled for real. His daddy drunk asking for the dominoes.
Right.
He had to grow up in Compton. Nigga, it's rough out. Drake ain't had no struggle in his life.
No.
He was doing good in Canada. He was dancing with his white friend, Jewish uncle. They having bar mitzvahs, good investments. You feel me?
Yeah.
His mama family got that check. Kendrick going through it, bro.
Yeah.
He had a rough life. That's Drake shouldn't have messed with him anyway. You don't start no with nobody from Compton. Compton? Hell no. They've been running the rap game since 91.
Right.
Why would you do that? Out of all the people to beef with? I'm telling you, Drake, he's still Drake though.
Yeah.
He could drop one of them.
Oh, he could
drop a whole R&B album and don't even worry about no rap no more. He good. But that was very interesting. A big salute to Kendrick Lamar. He took it to another level on that one.
And boy, Drake fans have been fuming at the claims that he didn't struggle compared to Kendrick, and they've been going off. That's funny. His mom was a public school teacher. Degrassi made him $50,000 before Canadian tax, which ended up being $36,000. She got sick when he was 15, and he became the breadwinner, dropped off high school, and after Degrassi, while trying to become a rapper, worked in a restaurant. And some concluded, obviously he didn't listen to any Drake music. Drake told you what his struggles were. I guess since it is not something you can identify with, it is easy to invalidate. And while this was on, some were wondering why this was important. And growing up struggling in poverty is better because, well, it makes a better come-up story. People prefer to cheer for rags to riches stories. It gives people hope. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on this later. And moving on, Diddy was recently sued by another accuser for $5 million. Although in this case it doesn't have anything to do with the Puffy parties or tapes, and we got to hear from the accuser about what went down decades ago. That's included in the new lawsuit that included the incident in question. Check out a snippet from News Nation.
You know he's following you. I wouldn't think of it as a threat. Next thing you know, we're in front of Herald Square. It's about 1 a.m, and his bodyguard pulls his sports car and runs me off the road. So now I'm on an island, the trooper, and we get out of the vehicle. Lance gets out of the vehicle. But that's the moment we realized he was not alone. It was not just Puffy and bodyguard. There were 4 other cars. They were loaded with guys. The next thing I hear is pop, pop, and then Lance says, gun, gun, and it's all going down at the same time. And for the life of me, how I got teleported out of that situation, I don't know. But I jump back in my truck. Lance jumps back in the truck. I jump over the island. Now it's a hasty car chase. I'm on sidewalks. I'm going down one-ways. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. There's not a lot of traffic, but the traffic that was there, I was able to basically escape this guy and his goons. That's what happened that night. It's
an incredible account, and it's very detailed as well. So I'm assuming that you've included all of these details in the lawsuit. The only question I have for you, DeWitt, is that the statute of limitations on assault is usually about a year. How are you going to get past the fact that this is decades now? Well, the way to bring a case into court past the statute of limitations, if you're not SA'd with the New York state laws, is new evidence. And as of recent, a few months ago, I'm in touch with, there were 2 people with me in the truck, by the way, and I have not had contact with them. But recently I was in touch with Lance Calfe. He gave full testimony to the event that night. He's never given full testimony. Number 2, many people have been intimidated by this guy's power and influence, and not for nothing, but he could wipe me out in no time, you know, with that much power. So I was afraid, to be honest with you. But ever since he's been locked up now, now we have the federal government on our side. We feel protected. We're no longer afraid.
And many users aren't convinced about this one. This sounds plausible as it aligns with other things that are said to have happened in the mid-90s, but there's no way this man genuinely expects a court to take this seriously. He's probably trying to get that hush money. Even the reporter pointed this out, that it was gonna be a tough one based on the statute of limitations for assault being only just 1 year from the act, and some have jumped to conclusions. Another freaking liar, sadly. Does it ever end? Leave Sean alone already with these fabrications.
Leave her alone! Leave Brittany alone! Please!
Well, Diddy's certainly getting piled on with the lawsuits right now, and the people he wronged in the past are all coming to collect. And speaking on Diddy, Piers Morgan a few days ago brought up how it looks like 50 Cent has been vindicated after all these years of trying to expose Diddy. And we got to hear from Vlad and Jason Lee on this. Check out snippets from Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Vlad, this issue of 50 Cent and his, you know, as he said, he spoke to People magazine, defending his criticism of Diddy, saying, look, it seems like I'm doing some really outrageous things, but I haven't. It's really me just saying what I've been saying for 10 years, which is kind of true. For 10 years, he's been calling out Diddy and others. Has he been vindicated, 50 Cent, do you think?
I mean, I don't think 50 ever really liked Diddy. Tony Yayo's a regular on my show, and that's Diddy's right-hand man. And he's always said, whenever they would have meetings with Diddy, he'd be like, listen, I don't like him, but I'll hear what he has to say. I mean, I remember on Drink Champs, he had this one instance where he talked about where he was, I guess, talking to Diddy, and Diddy offered to take him shopping. And he was like, what, like I'm a girl? Like I'm a hot girl that you take shopping? Like, that's ridiculous. So, you know, I think that Diddy always rubbed 50 Cent the wrong way, and 50 always had a disdain of him. And now that this is happening, 50 is actually joining to the circus. And he's coming out with his own documentary. It's going to be on Netflix. I'm sure that's going to be epic.
Jason, you know this well.
There's a lot of conflation happening, though, because what 50 has been critical about is that, well, what he said is that Diddy was gay. All the trolling on Breakfast Club and everywhere around media, and social media, has been about Diddy's sexuality. I haven't heard him say Diddy slept with a little kid. I haven't heard him say Diddy drugged people. I mean, I haven't, but, you know, if somebody else has, let me know. I think that there's just been so many different misinterpretations or connections of things that are just muddying the water, right? Diddy parties and Diddy After Dark, two different things. So a lot of celebrities that are afraid to be tied to Diddy After Dark are not coming forward saying like, hey, yeah, we've been to a Diddy party. I've been to a Diddy party. So I think, you know, trying to make sense of all of it, you know, has been mind-boggling because there are so many things being connected to things that are not a thing.
And from what you're hearing, Jason, do you think there's a lot more dominoes to fall here?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll put a name out there that, you know, was really close to Puffy, which has been ironically very silent and I mean silent, is Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell is somebody that is connected to people all over the world, rich, powerful people, and her name, has been coming up a lot recently, and she's been very silent on Diddy, the relationship. I mean, she's been around through all of these things.
So perhaps you could say that 50's claims about Diddy's questionable sexuality has been confirmed, I guess. And moving on, the story about Eminem, among other celebrities, getting paid to endorse Kamala Harris has now spread like wildfire, even to the point that it hit major networks like Fox News. Check out a snippet.
Over these numbers, $10 million for Beyonce to step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion, $3 million for Lizzo, $1.8 million for Eminem. I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend $20 million, you get yourself in debt to try to get a bunch of rich celebrities on stage? I'd never seen that. Maybe I'm ignorant of the fact, but wow.
And of course, since it is on TV, it must be legit for some users, as we got reaction videos like this.
Guys. Listen to this.
I can't get over these numbers. $10 million for Beyonce.
What?
To step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem. I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend 20.
Hold on a second. So, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. How much do you think Donald Trump paid him? Do you think Donald Trump can afford Elon Musk? I don't think so. So you're telling me these fake relationships is what you guys wanted in the government? People paying people to act like they like each other. Y'all playing too much.
And this got reactions like, Eminem got $2 million for a 20-second weak endorsement and introduction. What a complete idiotic sellout. And more, I bet Oprah is ticked. She only got $1 million, laughing emoji. And Oprah looks to be the first celebrity to shut this down, as TMZ caught up with her a few hours ago. Check out a snippet.
Hey Oprah, good morning. How are you, darling? You looking very good. How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election, thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I was paid nothing, ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president?
However, Oprah's claims have been called into question, as she allegedly owns 90% of a company that received $1 million from the Kamala Harris campaign, and some users making these claims believe she's lying by technicality, since she owns 90% of a company that got paid $1 million. And we reached out to someone in Eminem's team about the allegations that Eminem was paid $1.8 million by Kamala's team, and this claim got laughed at by the person on Eminem's team. Suffice to say, either Eminem did it for free, or perhaps the figure of $1.8 million is wildly incorrect. But I'd go with the former and assume it means Eminem wasn't paid. But over to you guys. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.